It's another chapter in the criminal story of the Milat family. The great-nephew of serial killer Ivan Milat has been sentenced to at least 30 years in prison for murdering the teenager David Octoloni. Matthew Milat and his co-accused Cohen Klein were convicted of killing their former friend with an axe 18 months ago in the same bushland where Milat's great-uncle slaughtered 7 backpackers in the 1990s. Court reporter Carl Hurd joins me now from outside the Supreme Court. So, Carl, what was the reaction to this sentence?
Well, Ros, Matthew Milat and his co-offender Cohen Klein, both now 19, sat in the dock as details of their crime were read out, in particular gruesome detail to the court, which included many members of the family of the victim, David Octoloni, as well as friends and relatives. Of course, as you mentioned, this crime took place in the Belanglo State Forest, the same forest where Matthew Milat's great uncle lured a number of backpackers to that location and murdered them, and now he's of course serving life in prison for that particular crime. Matthew Milat listened as the sentence was read out, as did Cohen Klein. Now, Matthew Milat's sentence was 30 years non-parole with an additional 13 years on the balance, and the earliest possible release date for him will be the 21st of November 2040. As for Cohen Klein, his sentence was a minimum non-parole period of 22 years, and that will expire in November 2032. There was somewhat muted reaction in court, but outside the court, David Octoloni's mother said that she was glad that the sentence was not any shorter than this, and that she felt that the judge did understand the gravity of this offence.
So, Carl, remind us of the details of this crime.
David Octoloni was just 17 years old when he went into the Belanglo forest, drove in a car with a few people he regarded as friends to smoke marijuana. Now, it quickly emerged that there was a much more sinister intention to this particular trip. He was asked to get out of the car. In fact, it was Cohen Klein that suggested he get out of the car where Matthew Milat already was. At the rear of the car, Milat pulled out a double-sided axe and struck Octoloni a number of times. He ran in fear for his life but couldn't get away, and eventually there was a blow to the back of his head which proved to be the fatal blow. Now, in terms of the culpability for this case, Matthew Milat's culpability was regarded as extremely high, of course, because he struck the fatal blow, but also he wrote about the offence some 9 months after in prison, and he wrote some fairly disturbing poetry about how he regarded himself as a killer. And the judge noted that in saying that there was absolutely no remorse showed by him, and it is certainly a cold-blooded killing in the worst case, and she took that into account in handing down the sentence. As for Cohen Klein, his culpability was regarded as less, but the judge did find that he knew that there was a plan by Matthew Milat to kill David Octoloni even before they went to the forest.
All right, Carl, we have to leave it there. Thank you.